Hi, welcome to the channel. I am going to go over putting weighted beads into a plushie so that you can either have a weighted plushie or you can help balance one that might tip over because of the shaping. So let's get started. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat. I run NocturneCat.Crochet on Instagram, and today I'm going over weighting a plushie. I'm going to be doing a couple of different ones, and I've got all of my stuff here with me. I have my weighted pellets. I got these at Michael's. You can get them online as well. I also have my try-on, disposable try-on socks. I found them on Amazon. I prefer these because the ends are already tied off, so I only have to tie one side. And then, of course, I need to have my plushie. So I'm going to be doing a couple of different things. The first thing that I'm going to do is a little bit more specific, which is weighting some feet for a plushie. I have my 2 dino feet that I'm going to be filling. These are super cute, and I'm very excited to be making this. This is KP Crochet Creations' newest pattern. It is a Dilophosaurus. I love Dilophosaurus. I'm a dino nerd, so this is really exciting for me to be making so many of them. You can see that I do like making her dinosaur patterns. Honestly, I just like making her patterns in general. I've made almost all of them at this point. But she is super creative. I love how they turn out. But this one needs weights in the feet, so I'm going to talk about putting weight into those feet to help balance the plushie. So you can tell mine yarn tails are a little bit long because I do need to add a couple more rounds to this. This isn't the full finish, but I need to add weights first. So first thing I'm going to do is get my disposable sock. I'm going to open it up so that I can add the beads to it. It's nice and sheer, but it doesn't let the beads fall out, which is what I like. So for this one, I'm going to be a little bit more technical because we are going to be putting them in the feet. I don't want to overfill them because it might mess up the shaping. So I actually have a measuring spoon. I got one of my tablespoons from my kitchen. I know, very, very impressive people. That I'm going to be using to add the beads into here so that I can kind of measure it out. So here are my pellets. I'm going to get a tablespoon here and put it in. I'm probably going to add 2 tablespoons to this one because I want the plushie to be able to stand, but I don't want to overstuff those. So I have 2 tablespoons in here. I can kind of eyeball it because I've done a couple of weighted plushies, but what I would highly suggest is to add it to your plushie just so you know that it's the right amount and the right fit. So I can say, yes, this fits, this works before I close it up. So now that I know this fits, I'm going to add a knot so that we close it up. Got 1 knot. I'm going to add 2. Make sure all the beads stay in there. Now I have a little bit excess up here. So what I like to do is wrap it around again. I've got it doubled up so that we make sure that these beads are not going to come out. I'm going to add another knot to it to close it up. And because I am an extra cautious individual, I'm going to add another knot here. The big thing is you don't want this to be so tight that you can't maneuver it around, because you will need to maneuver it around the plushie. Now that I have my little weight, I'm going to take a little bit of polyfill and add it to the bottom just to kind of cushion where it's going to go. I'm going to fill it out a little bit because you still want to be able to do the shaping, but we essentially want to encapsulate this with a polyfill. So then I'm going to take my weights and maneuver them into the plushie. And the great thing is I'm going to be continuing this round. So I'll be able to kind of push that up, but it's going to give us a really sturdy base so that whatever you're making doesn't fall forward. So there we go. We've got it filled in, and that's how you can weight a foot. I'm going to go ahead and weight the other foot, and then we'll move on to the next part. See my yarn tail? All right, let's weight the second foot. Now we have 2 weighted feet. So this will help keep your plushie stable so that it doesn't fall forward or backwards once it's finished. Okay, for this next portion, I'm going to be adding weight into the plushie itself. You can see this is where I have the legs weighted, and then this body, which could easily tip forward, needs some weight right here in the back. I have my slipper right here. I'm going to add some weight to it. I'm probably going to add 3 to 4 tablespoons for this one because I want it to have a little bit more to it. So let's try 3 first. I like that I can change the shape of this so that it fits where it needs to go, because I'd like to get a little bit of weight here into the tail and some into the back of the body. So I'm going to measure to kind of see if this is enough. So if I do this, again, make sure you hold this up here so you don't lose your weights. I'm getting a lot more balance because I've got some of the weights right here and some of it here in the back. So for me, 3 tablespoons works for what I'm going for. I'm going to go ahead and tie it off so we make sure it's safe and not going to come out. So I do 2 ties there, and then because this has a little extra, this is me being a little bit crazy and adding to it. Now I want to change the shape just a little bit. I'm going to make sure I don't tie it too tight, but still enough to keep it nice and safe in there. So here we go, got our weights right here. I'm going to get my plushie. You can see there's a spot right here to put in the weights. So I'm going to adjust it a little bit and put the weights into the tail. So you see the weight is in the tail. And then I've got some of the weight here in the back of it. Now to make sure that this stays in place, I need to go ahead and add some filling. So I have filling right here that I'm going to add to the plushie because that will keep it in place. I do like to stuff firmly when I'm working with weighted pellets so that I make sure it doesn't move. So I'll continue to add even more up here. You can already see how much better this is sitting. Don't forget to add some fluff around the weights. I always try to encapsulate it as much as I can. So you'll have to wiggle around a little bit, kind of stuff it in there. But this little guy is already looking great. He's standing super well. I'm pleased with what we have. So I'm going to go and actually finish this plushie because I'm sure you want to see the finished product too. As promised, here is the finished plushie. He is a Dilophosaurus. This one is super cute. I'm not gonna lie, he's already been claimed by my husband. He was like, I really want that plushie. But as you can see, he sits well. We have the weights in the back keeping him level, and with the feet as well. There's always going to be a little bit of movement and tipping with a plushie because it is yarn, but this definitely helps stabilize him a lot. I hope this was helpful and that you'll be able to use it when you are thinking of adding weight to your plushie. I know it definitely has been useful for me for many of different ones, and it just gives that extra little touch that makes a plushie even better. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye.